So the Australia-China relationship is immensely important for Australia. It matters for three key reasons. One is that there are deep and enduring and expanding people-to-people ties between Australia and China. Something in the order of 1.4 million Australians are of Chinese background, something like 5.5% of the population. And then Chinese languages are spoken by around 1 million Australians, or 4% of the population. These people-to-people connections go back centuries for Australia. So it matters deeply on a personal human level. But of course, the Australia-China relationship also matters because of the depth and breadth of the trade ties between Australia and China. China is, by a massive margin, Australia's most important export destination for goods and services trade combined, and also for goods trade on its own. In terms of goods and services trade, China is nearly 2.5 times bigger in terms of value than the next biggest export market for Australia, which is Japan. So Australia's economic story over the last few decades doesn't look the way it looks without the critical economic ties between Australia and China. And then the Australia-China relationship also matters deeply for Australia in terms of Australia's security environment. Whether it's the presence of foreign interference in Australia, or the detention of Australians abroad in China, or the possibility of security contingencies in the South China Sea or the Taiwan Strait or the East China Sea, Australia's security environment is shaped deeply by Beijing, its objectives, and the capabilities that China has. And we've seen this very clearly over the last few years, where Australia has been subjected to a campaign of economic coercion and diplomatic denial by China. And so on a very deep, profound level, Australia's security environment is shaped by what Beijing is doing and what it wants to achieve.